Hello everyone, welcome back to Pinxton Reef. Something a little bit different today. Let's meet the fish. So let's start with the powder blue tank, aka the boss. Generally called the boss because he tends to have a bit of an issue with everybody else in the tank. I wouldn't recommend this fish to anybody with a small tank. I know you do see some people try it when they are quite young, but he is generally quite a boisterous fish and generally has a bit of a chase of everybody, but doesn't do any real harm. So at the moment he's still in the tank. If I ever see him causing damage, then he will have to come out because he is getting quite big now. Has the biggest problem with the Foxface for some reason. If anybody can tell me why this would be, maybe just drop a comment below. Here's the boss just showing his displeasure at the glass cleaning magnet. Next up is the unicorn tang. Absolutely love this fish, by far the friendliest fish in this tank for his size. Such a personality, almost seems to be watching what's going on outside of the room. It's absolutely amazing. I'll just let you watch him have a swim. Now for the purple tang, or Mr. Purple. So when I got Mr. Purple, he had quite a bad head and lateral line erosion. He wasn't much bigger than an inch when I picked him up. Got a good deal on him at my local fish shop. He's now got some good weight to him, but still has a couple of patches, markings around his eyes. Comment below if these will ever go, because I'm not totally sure. He has had them for a little while now. Does feed very well. Next up, beautiful Southend tang. You might have guessed I do like tangs. This fish absolutely stunning, again active. I have no aggression issues with the purple. I've also got a nice Scopus tang in here as well, all from the same genus, but I think because of the size of the tank, I get no aggression issues between them at all. I absolutely love this fish when he starts showing off. Is the lovely little, or not so little now, Scopus tang. Again, I did get him when he was quite small, model citizen, never gives me any trouble with any of the other fish. Just absolutely love him, fits in great. So the last of my tang gang is coal or yellow eye tang. Definitely the most active out of my group of tangs. Always in and out of the rocks, always pecking at any bits of algae on the grass or on the rocks. Hence why this video of him is quite short, because soon after he disappears back into the rock work again. This is my Foxface fish. Quite a few variants on this with the solid yellow, Magnifica, but this one, I had to have this one. It just reminds me of a cut and shut fish basically. I'm not totally sure of his name. The only thing I could find on the internet was a bicolour, but I believe he's got a proper name. Unfortunately I couldn't find it, but absolutely love this fish. If you have any questions about the fish or anything else you think I'll be able to help with, just drop a comment in the box below and I'll get back to everybody. It's a quick clip of everybody enjoying an algae grazer. I do love the big fish. I think when you've got a big tank you do need some bigger fish just to fill a bit of the space. There's maybe a little bit more colour I could have put in with my choices, but the ones I've got are just great. So I think that's all the big guys covered. Let's move on to some of the smaller fish in Pinxton Reef. Where else can we start but with the copper-banded butterfly? This guy's been with me for at least 2 years now. He's in an established tank, always pecking in the rocks. They are difficult to get to feed, however I'm lucky. My one feeds really well on mysis. He'll fight other fish. He digs in as well when reef feast is put in the tank as well. Pinxton Reef also has 9 green chromuses. Quite lucky with these, as I originally had 4, I added another 5 and currently still have all 9. There are obviously stories with them picking off the weaker one and ending up with 0, but so far I've been good and these have been with me for some time now. They are a great space filler at the top of the tank. We also have Cardinalfish. I went for the Emperor Cardinals, I believe they are, over the pyjamas. I personally think these look better. These guys are awesome, they just cruise around the tank, don't bother anybody. Unfortunately not quite settled enough for any offspring yet, but hopefully who knows what will happen. There are a few wrasse on Pinxton Reef, starting with this Dusky. However, I forgot to get any footage of him having a swim about. Along with the Dusky wrasse, we have this stunning Marshall Island wrasse. So far so good with inverts. I currently have a harlequin shrimp in there, a number of snails. There's never been seen picking on any, and as far as I'm aware, no disappearances of yet. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Third and final wrasse on Pinxton Reef is a checkerboard wrasse. This guy was an absolute steal at £16. He was quite small when I got him, but for the colours I just thought he had to come home and he had to be part of Pinxton Reef. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I think I've covered the main fish on Pinxton Reef. There's possibly 1 or 2 more. However, I've probably bored you already. So if you do like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button, drop this video a like. Let's try and get it out there a little bit. Thanks very much.